I got no idea if I got ADHD or something, but I definitely show signs of it. When I have something like that, I just can't let a project like that sit. I gotta test it out, even though I said I was gonna wait. I want to let that thing run while I'm away for a couple of days and see how it does. And I like how you can open that up without everything spilling. You can even check on it. I kind of like that idea. But after doing a little bit of research on how to do this, because I've never used one of these things before, I'm new at this one here. These I at least had experience with as a kid, although my dad did most of it for me. This thing here, the tube is not for it can drip out. That's to drain it afterwards. So I just clipped it up there like that. And this thing vibrates like crazy when I turned it on. Look at this. It's pretty quiet, at least with nothing in it. So we're gonna go ahead and give this thing a try now. So I'm gonna actually probably put most of my rocks in here right now. And maybe before there's snow, I gotta go to the coast of Maine and try to look for some more rocks. But I kind of want to fill this up. I don't know how much I'm going to put in it, but I think I'm going to save this for those barrels that open up at the end of the week. I think I'm going to put all my main rocks in here. This one here is from New Hampshire River, and this is from a New Hampshire river, but there's a lot of room in here. I like that. I can put a lot of stuff in this big tumbler. Hopefully it works good, because this actually has a hard plastic barrel. These are all rubber. I don't know if that's going to wear, or I don't really have any experience with something like this. Should I trust something like this right off the bat? If I'm away for a week or two? I don't know. I'm going to put some of these bigger guys in here. I kind of like that the way it is. I'm not going to put that in there. Kind of like that thin one, and that probably won't even survive through it. But these, they say to run them for a week or two on coarse grit. Now, should I use up some of the coarse grit I have, or I think I'm going to use what I got at the Harbor Freight with it? Now, should I leave it like that, or should I just throw everything I got in here right now? It's a tough one. Maybe I'll throw the one that looks like a jack-o'-lantern with one eye in there. But the rest of these I think we're going to put back up on my shelf. All the way up here on top of the time capsules that we're going to make. Okay. These are good trays. I'm going to keep those until they start breaking. But now we got to get some grit. And with one of these, you just put a little bit of water to keep the grit moist. You don't actually need a slurry of gunk like these other ones in there. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I am brand new to a vibratory tumbler, so I had to just ask Google about how to set this thing up. So you don't actually use a lot of grit, so I'm not gonna open this. I'm gonna use up, I got this step 1, which I just opened brand new, and I got another step 1. We just used up that step 1, so these are, I'm gonna wait until all the step 1 containers are empty, then we can pour this into them to top them off. We don't really need much. So you only put a half a teaspoon in here per pound. Now this you can load up to 18 pounds of rocks. That's nowhere near 18 pounds. I'm gonna treat it as if this is 6 pounds. The same as this. This is a 6-pound barrel. I think everything that's in here would actually fit into one of these. So that we're not doing a big load right now. But that being said, with the little shovel, how am I gonna show you this? I don't have a tripod here right now, but I gotta go grab one. That's better. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 because it's a lucky number. Alright, we got 7 of them in there. Put the cover back on. Now I'm going to go over to the sink real quick. Grab some water. Now you're just putting enough in there to make it moist so it sticks to the rocks. So I think that means all you got to do is basically that. I don't think we even need the rest of this. Now should I turn it on with it open so I can look at it? This might be a huge mistake, but I'm going to flip the switch just for a second. Oh, it's actually okay. Oh boy, that's loud. This is a hard plastic. You don't have the muffledness of the rubber. So I might have to like buy one of those big styrofoam coolers to put over the top of this. I love the white noise that the tumblers make. You can just slightly hear it upstairs. I like it. I like the noise when I'm sitting in here looking at the fish tanks and everything. But that, I don't know if I can handle that even upstairs. So I have to build a box by buying one of those sheets of like, you know, those big panels of insulation they sell at the Home Depot. I gotta either build a box or buy a big cooler next time I go out. Anyways, I want to show you this thing vibrating up close, then we're going to see how it sounds with it shut. So, I'm going to make another video clip because I'm going to probably have to turn this volume down to like 5%. It got so much quieter when I added more water. I think I didn't have enough water. So now it has this gasket. You gotta put on like that. I don't know how the longevity of this will be, this gasket, which doesn't really want to go on. There we go, there we go. Alright, now let's tightly secure this thing. And I'm going to let this thing run all week while I'm gone. And we're going to return to this thing in about 4 or 5 days when I get home. Alright, put that on nice and tight. Let's see how quiet it is with the top on. Let's make sure that's nice and snug. Wow, that actually turns and turns for a while. We want it to be snug. Alright, this is bowing. I don't want to break it. It's hard plastic. Alright, we're going to actually loosen that a little bit. I just hope this doesn't vibrate itself off and I come back to a mess. Let's see how loud it is. I might have to turn the volume down during editing again. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, earphone users, maybe. Actually, that's not that bad. Adding water, having the cover on, I can tolerate that. I can tolerate that, absolutely. If I'm not using the wood stove, I'll shut the door. This won't bother me. It's actually pretty quiet now that it's all closed up. So, this is my first try of this, and we're going to see what it accomplishes in the next week. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. I love how I can open this thing and check on it.